Honestly, my biggest fear is having to take another shit. I just took one and it was so unpleasurable. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? This is Omega Pro. People, ages. Hi. So I have some bad news to tell everybody. Due to one of my recent videos where I publicly slandered weeaboos and came out as one of the bravest men of 2015. The weeaboos found me and tracked me down and injected me with what I can only assume is Ebola. So what I decided to do is to reach out to everybody else fighting Ebola, just like me, and help them come to terms with it and tell them how my life has been affected by Ebola. So the next time somebody wants to make an Ebola joke, they can watch this video and see why it's not funny and how it ruined my life. Step one, I've been sniffing a lot, you know what I mean? It's like my nose has a fucking period and it's just, waterfalls, and it's not enjoyable. And it's gotten to a point where everybody thinks that I sniff crack now. A cop pulled me over the other day and beat me half to death with his baton because I couldn't stop sniffing, and he assumed I was a coke addict. Now, he did have a Donald Trump tattoo and a Vote for Donald Trump bumper sticker on his car, so I could also assume that he just wanted me deported, but at the same time, I think it was really largely due to Ebola. Other than just feeling completely awful all the time and feeling completely weak and sniffling all the time and other things, it's not been a hit with the ladies. You hear a lot of the times that you can use your disease as something to, smooth the ladies. Get a pity lady to, say,
that's so sweet. Touch one of my titties.
That's not how it works at all. I mean, maybe if you have a cool disease, but I have Ebola, so I can't really go up to a lady and be like, hey, yo, what's poppin'? Your boy's got Ebola, trying to let me play with them titties? It almost always results in a weird look of some kind, physical assault, and oftentimes a combination of the two. The closest thing I've been able to get to a sexual encounter with another human being was when I sneeze, because that shit damn near feels like an orgasm. Seriously, one of the worst things for me right now is when I feel a sneeze coming, I'm like, and then I don't sneeze because I'm looking forward to that sneeze, because other than my hand, that's the only other thing that feels good in my life right now, and it's just terrible. Despite the fact that I have Ebola, I did go to the mall today and I did get Metroid and NBA 2K16, so that's cool. I plan on being one of the lead voices for Ebola. There's not enough Ebola talk out there right now. You know how many people are suffering from Ebola? Probably 2 in all of the United States. But you don't think those 2 people feel really bad? Myself included. I think Ebola is underrated. Honestly, I think it's gonna be the new cool disease. AIDS was the cool disease at one point. Where when everybody was really crazy about AIDS, everybody was like, oh my god, AIDS is ridiculous. Feel bad for people with AIDS. When Magic Johnson got AIDS, everybody was like, oh my god, am I gonna catch AIDS now? And then they were like, no, you don't really catch AIDS like that. Then everybody was like, oh my god, poor Magic Johnson. And then Magic Johnson got cured of AIDS, and now it's like, oh, like, fucking great, you know what I mean? Ever since Magic Johnson got his AIDS cured, AIDS has fallen off the market, it's lost its place. I think right now cancer is like the number one, but I think Ebola's on its way, you know what I mean? I've actually been really getting back into retro games. I've been streaming a lot on my Twitch channel. You guys can go check that out here. Playing a lot of retro games, Mega Man, Secret of Mana right now. We're going to be playing Metroid soon, and a mystery game soon. It's a JRPG for the SNES. Who knows what it'll be? I hate how I can't be as savage as I want to be. I think that's one of my, that's like my top 2 things right now that I don't like. 1 is dealing with Ebola, and 2 is not being able to be as savage as I truly want to be. Sometimes I have to hold myself back. Like, there'll be a quality joke, I'm like, this joke would be funny if you weren't sensitive, you know what I mean? And I want to say it, in a video, in real life, on Twitter, whatever the case may be, and I want to say these jokes, but sometimes I'm just like, this is a tad bit too savage. Like, one of my favorite memes right now is the Bill Cosby meme. I think it's hilarious. There's one Bill Cosby meme where he says, look, either we fucking or I'm fucking. And I think it's a hilarious meme. But of course, as a public figure and as the most famous YouTuber on YouTube that's battling Ebola, that's named Omega Pro, that is Hispanic with the green screen behind them, currently recording at 1:01 a.m., I can't do that. And you know what I'm saying? Being this famous big superstar, it puts a lot of pressure on me to be a role model, you know? And sometimes I just want to be a savage. I think in the very near future, savagery is going to be pretty cool as well. If we're making a tier list here, I think like Ebola and savagery are going to be like, you know what I'm saying, neck and neck. Like if you have Ebola, you know, you're going to get all the pity girls. The girls are going to be like, wow, you got Ebola, play with my titties. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're a savage, you know, that's going to be the new cool thing. You know, you come through, you know, you make fun of a crippled kid. He's sitting there, you know, with the things, you know, like Jimmy from South Park with the fucking walkers or whatever. And he'd be like, whoa, bro, you trying to crip walk? You know, you just say some savage shit. And then, you know, everybody's like, wow, dog, you're savage, bro. And then like you're the new cool guy. Yeah, I think that's the future we're heading into, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Dr. Pepper is a terrible fucking drink. I don't care what anybody really says about the matter, honestly. Dr. Pepper should not be legal in the United States, and I'm actually very confident that what the weeaboos injected me with was Dr. Pepper. Because here's the thing about Dr. Pepper. It's awful. It is so awful, in fact, that I'm blaming Dr. Pepper for my Ebola. I truly believe that when the weeaboos tracked me down and backed me into that corner and forcefully injected me with some substance, that it was Dr. Pepper. And to be honest with you, there was no other explanation for what it could possibly be other than Dr. fucking Pepper. Because Dr. Pepper is a terrible drink. It tastes like ass. It looks like ass. Who the fuck is Dr. Pepper? You're gonna let somebody that's named Dr. Pepper make your fucking beverage? Oh, would you like intern salt to make your next beverage? Or how about lawyer wasabi to handle your murder case? Yeah, let's have a bunch of spices and seasonings be the next leaders of the world. That's a great fucking plan. Fuck you. And anybody else that likes Dr. Pepper, I've never met a decent human being that fucking likes Dr. Pepper. You know, like fuck Dr. Pepper. What the fuck is that taste? It tastes like medicine. There was literally a time where the only thing I had in my house to drink was Dr. Pepper. Okay, and that was all I had. It was, you know, we ran out of water. We had no other soda, no other juice. It was just this one bottle of Dr. Pepper, and I was desperate. You know what I'm? Because I was parched. I'm parched. So I pour a glass. You know what I mean? And I take a sip. And I regret it, and I die of thirst that day. Now, luckily, I had just created the earth 6 days prior, so your boy did come back, word of Jesus Christ, but this fact still remains that Dr. Pepper killed me at one point. And now I was brought back to life and injected with Dr. Pepper again, and I have been given Ebola once more. That is the cause of Ebola, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not supposed to say it. I'm under NDA, because we're working on a cure. We're working very hard on this cure. And the culprit, the reason behind the epidemic of Ebola is Dr. Pepper. It is a terrible drink. They paid the FDA to get past the FDA. They slipped them a little 20, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know, just a little 20 bill. And now there's Dr. Pepper on the market. And it is actually fact. I'm not kidding. Like, this was scientifically proven in our laboratories that we're conducting these experiments in, that every single person that likes Dr. Pepper has one of the following traits, if not all of them. Is a schizophrenic, is a psychopath, has shot 1 to 5 schools minimum in the past 2 years. Again, these are hard facts. You can't really deny this. And 4 is a weeaboo. These are the four components that make up the Dr. Pepper fan base. And I'm not kidding. Like, I wish I was making this stuff up, and it's going to be really hard to crack this to people. But if you out there like Dr. Pepper and you know you're not any of these 4 things, you very well could be. And you just don't know it. We don't know these symptoms until they strike and we die. And that's what's so scary about it, dude. That's what's so fucking scary, is that you never fucking know that it could be you. But it's not too late. You can get fixed. You can get cured. Stop drinking Dr. Pepper. Drain them where it counts, with your wallet. Don't give them that money. If you are conscious and you know that these 4 things don't sound like you, then there's still hope for you, dude. You can cure yourself of this. Stop drinking Dr. Pepper and you won't get Ebola. It's that simple. Do the world a favor and stop drinking Dr. Pepper. Cure Ebola today. It's in your hands.